Welcome to Recovering Addict. I'm LT and I'm an alcoholic addict.
I'm Felice, married to an alcoholic addict. Was once a co-addict.
Once a co-addict, but we are in recovery and we are in family recovery. If it's your first time watching, just know that addiction is not a solo recovery thing, right? The whole family has to recover when the whole family's been affected. If your parents were alcoholics and you're a child of an alcoholic or drug addict or substance user, then you also need to recover. And to recover, we have the stuff that you need here. This is what we do here. We teach and educate on recovery. We go through books like this called It'll Never Happen to Me. And that's currently what we're going through. And we're going to go through that here shortly. And we're going to talk about shame. It's like a shame circle. We're going to talk about 2 times in my life I hit rock bottom due to addiction. In the early 2000s, I was a meth addict. I was a tweaker, went to jail. And then in my late 30s, I didn't understand what addiction was and didn't realize I was an addict. I didn't know nothing about the doctor's opinion, the big book, AA, or anything like that. I didn't realize that my body had an allergy to substances, even though the past made it very clear. I started socially drinking, right? Just a 6-pack of beer on every, couple of weeks, which turned into, by the time I was 40, a fifth a night. I was a blackout drunk, gallons on the weekend, dreading Sundays if I drank too much and the liquor store was closed and had to drink beer. I was a straight out of the bottle whiskey blackout drunk towards the end and had to check myself into detox. I was in detox for like 3-4 days. And then I checked myself into an IOP, an intense outpatient program called Action Group. I now have a year clean, and the exact day that I got my year clean, I was hired by Action. And now, so what you're seeing here is Recovering Addict. This is a YouTube channel. We do live streams Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursday nights, and Saturday mornings at 11. Saturday mornings at 11 are a different set of people. They're the school podcast, because on top of having my own nonprofit called Recovering Addict, working at Action Recovery Group, I also am a part of the School of Addiction Recovery. And that looks like this. We call it SOAR. It's this manual, takes you through 12 weeks. It's a 90-day program. We work out for an hour. We have group sessions 4 days a week, 3 nights. Saturday mornings, we go hiking. This week, we actually went hiking. I think we hiked about 4.5 miles, I think it was.
It was like about 4 hours.
We went to up top of Maylands. We started hiking at about 6:50, and I ended up getting back down to my truck about 10:30. And then I came over here to the studio. We did the podcast, and it's pretty cool, man. We hike up there. We put our bodies in stressful situations. There's a few times I wanted to give up and say, screw it, and go back. And I didn't. I pressed through. And then when you get to the top, you get to the top of the mountain. The reward that you get for the hard work that you did is undescribable. And you start changing your reward system here at SOAR from drugs. What we did is we started doing drugs, right? We got addicted to drugs, and that was our reward. Everything we did was a reward by using drugs. And now we're changing our reward system to working out, getting healthy, and staying strong and working our program. You get to the top and you instantly forget all the pain you were going through hiking up that trail. You look around and it's beautiful. We sit in a group. We all just have a group session up there at the top of the mountain, take a bunch of cool pictures and videos. And I actually recorded a bunch of this one at the top of this mountain. So I'm going to be trying to edit that video tomorrow, and I'll upload it, and you'll see kind of what one of our experiences look like out there on the trail. But there won't be too much of the hiking part of it, but it'll just be mostly at the top and the place that we actually got to go and congregate. And we work with children from 4 o'clock. We have a youth program that Dustin and Frank take the kids through, which is really cool. Just kind of get them aware of what drugs are out there and what they can actually do to your life. And then the night sessions, usually a bunch of older people that have done, heroin, Adderall, meth addicts, alcoholic. And we just try to live better and clean and sober. And that's the whole motto of all the recovery that we're involved in is community, working the 12 steps, because we recover better together. That's my motto.
Yes, we do.
All right, so Cassie time is not going to happen tonight. She is wore out. She sent me a quote, so I'll pop that on the screen at her time. At 8:20, we're going to have Teeter time. As usual, we're going to go through. We have a fundraiser going on hosted by Teeter, and let him give us an update on all the stuff that he's been doing. And then we're going to read through the Kindle. We're going to look at the 24-hour a day, get some meditation, read about that, talk a little bit, and see where this goes. And then about 8:30, we'll get into our book. And I'm going to read us through this chapter on shame. And then we will end the show peaceful, because it's Sunday night. Sunday usually gives us the Monday blues. And if you're a government worker or a state worker, you have tomorrow off because it's Columbus Day.
Yes, we do. Thank you, Columbus.
But if not, maybe you got to get up and go to work tomorrow and you're kind of feeling down in the dumps because of it. But you know what? Let's practice gratitude. And that's one of the things we do here in recovery is practice gratitude, even when it's not fun, even when it's hard. We call it forced gratitude. You start making your mind have the habit of forcing yourself to be grateful and just start thinking about the small things. If you got clean clothes on, warm water, if you got any of that around you, just be grateful and just start telling you. I mean, it may sound lame and ridiculous, but be grateful for those things and start telling yourself you're grateful. And then the more you start telling yourself you're grateful, you start rewiring your brain to think on positive things. The more positive you can think, the better it is for you and your life. And if you just keep dwelling in negativity and just releasing those hormones into your body, you can't expect anything to change. And it's not going to change unless you make an effort to change it. And that's why we call it forced gratitude. Start naming stuff you're grateful for. You know, tomorrow you get up and go to work, as hard as that may, as miserable that might sound, but you do. There's, third world countries where people have to go 8 hours. We learned this morning, 8 hours away for water. We get to get up and wash our face with it, brush our teeth, make coffee, and drive a car to work and work around people, most likely in a comfortable spot. If not, you're out in the nice weather most of the time. And I don't know, there's a lot to be grateful for. So force gratitude on yourself. That's what we like to do here at SOAR. It's what I like recovering addict to do and all that kind of good stuff. So I'm going to let Felice say what's up to everybody in the comments, and then we will read our 24-hour a day.
Yes, I'm going to force myself to be grateful that we have only one mouse that's working at the moment and that I get to practice sharing. Because sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring.
And feeling is healing.
Ah, good to know. Good to know. Desmond, he's our winner tonight.
Yeah, good day, mate.
Australia. Shout out to Desmond. Good job, mate. Am I first? Let's see. You're first. And people are not happy about it. Sky's poor phone. Crikey. Took too long.
Sky.
What's up, Mo?
Hey, Mo.
John, fourth and winning.
Yeah.
That's a good attitude,
That's
John.
a good attitude, John.
That's a good attitude. Telling everybody hello. Copy trading, hello. Who else we got here?
Merkalicious.
Merk, not happy about it, but upon further review, John has determined that Des did indeed win. So, winner, winner, chicken dinner, Desmond. We got Marilyn in the house. Who else? We got Teeter. He's also here, hanging out backstage. We got Cherie. Hey, fam.
What's up, Cherie?
Miss Creepy Cat, how are you? How's everyone here? I'm doing good.
Hey, what's up, Naomi?
Just trying to get used to my haircut and
Alicia.
glad you guys can't
She's
see
a hiker.
Lish, what is up?
She was hiking on a mountain range about 2 hours away from the mountain range we were hiking on.
Oh, yeah, it sounded like quite the hike.
Yeah, that was an intense. That was an all-day hike. That was an all-day event.
What is up, Debbie? Who else? We got Kyle's here.
Hey, what's up, brother?
We got Adrian. Always glad to see you.
Yeah.
Beautiful beginning. Shout out.
Shout out to the beautiful beginnings.
Who else? Who else? We got Asia in the house.
What up, girl?
Claiborne. What's poppin'?
What's up, Clay? How you doing, brother?
LT's outfit's poppin'. Recovering addict. Boom. Represent. Michelle. Happy Thanksgiving to Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Who? Oh, now he's happy. Good evening, everyone.
You had to shake it off.
Hey, Grandma T.
Hi, Mom. Glad you're watching, Mama.
Who else? Hashtag Share Squad. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for sharing it out, y'all. And do share it out. You never know who needs to hear this. Somebody might be living with an alcoholic and get a little bit of advice from Felice, and you might restore a relationship. There's my homie B out there in
what is up?
out there down under. What's up, Green-Eyed Cat?
We got John Hovel saying hi to his beautiful wife.
Yeah.
Y'all are so cute. Hi, Dawn. Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, Dawn.
Sandy.
Sandy
What is up,
Flores.
folks?
What's going on?
How are you today, Sandy?
Good to see you.
Yeah, I tried to beat the mouse and it still won't connect, so I've given up. There we go. LT's calling everybody old. Stop it.
How'd I just say that?
I don't know, a while ago.
Whoopsie.
Nope. Washicott. Washkakosh.
What up, Todd?
Hi, Todd. Bye. Who else?
See you tomorrow.
And to Neil. Welcome to Neil T. Rasmussen.
Hey, what's up, Todd?
Hello, hello.
How you doing, brother?
Tierra Barnes. Lovely
I am
to see
assuming
you.
that's the Todd. Thinking of, if not, sorry. What's up, T?
Probably. Bus Hernandez.
Yeah,
Hello.
Clayboard's chilling.
I think that I got everybody. You may continue. Hi, everybody. If I missed you, I'm sorry.
The Lakers are your
We
new
love you
NBA
all.
champions. Back to the
Allie
program.
is in the house.
Are they really? Hey, Allie.
Hey.
Thanks for joining us. If you're new here, please let us know about yourself. Michelle, I loved the message you sent me the other day. That was really cool. Really? I didn't even know basketball season was on.
What's basketball?
That's funny. All right, let's get into this Kindle, October 11th. Here's our AA thought of the day. Ooh, this is a good one. This will make you think. If you're a sponsor, raise your hand. If you're a sponsor, smash that like button. Now, if you're a sponsor, ask yourself this question. How good of a sponsor am I? Uh-oh. How good of a sponsor are you? When I bring new members to a meeting, do I feel that my responsibility has ended? Or do I make it my job to stay with them until they have either become good members of AA or have found another sponsor? If they don't show up for a meeting, do I say to myself, well, they've had it put up to them. They've had it put up to them. So if they don't want it, there's nothing more I can do. Or do you look them up and find out whether there is a reason for their absence or that they don't want AA? Do I go out of my way to find out if there is anything more I can do to help? Am I a good sponsor? I like that. Oh, well, they didn't show up. Maybe you feel like, oh, I don't want to call this sponsee and ask them, hey, are you using? Did you pick up? Did you go to somebody's house and get some whatever? Instead of worrying about whether you're going to offend that person, I was telling the people in group the other night when I was teaching a little class, I was like, I might sound blunt and rude, but I'd rather have you mad at me and me possibly save your life through something I say that makes you think, even though it offends you, and you'd be mad at me. Oh, well, then to me, sugarcoat it. I think it says in the book of Proverbs, like I said earlier in that meeting, the kisses of an enemy are worse than like getting smacked in the face by a friend. Super paraphrased, but that's true.
I feel like that's how they would have said it.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather hit you with some truth, go out of my way to ask you if you're using, hey, what's going on? Why? Hold you accountable to some things, hopefully irritate you a little bit and have you show up. And then all of a sudden it clicks. And then, that paradigm shift happens. Recovery's bought in. Then the promises that are in the big book, page 83, something like that, start coming to fruition in your life. And then later on you go, hey, thanks for giving me that kick in the butt when I needed it. So if you're that kind of sponsor, congratulations. If you're not, think about it. Maybe step it up a little bit.
And who do you trust more? Someone who's honest with you or someone who beats around the bush? Yeah. It just builds that foundation of trust.
I should have ate. I think I'm getting hangry. Yeah, the foundation of trust. That's good. Because like if you are honest with somebody, they're a little more apt to be honest back with you or a little more trusting of you. And I was learning that in my marketing today. When a marketer has a horrible name, and if they make fun of their horrible name, it's better for their like Schmuckers. Schmuckers is the best jam you can buy, right? They're like the leading in the market. But they said, even with a name like Schmuckers, it can be good. And that was their marketing strategy, to be honest and make fun of their name. Like Listerine said, the worst tasting thing twice a day. And that was them being honest. It's just kind of the similar thing. People appreciate honesty. So here's our meditation for the day. First, be reconciled to your brother, and then come and offer your gift to God. First, I must get right with other people, and then I can get right with God. If I hold resentment against someone, which I find it very difficult to overcome, I should try to put something else constructive into my mind. I should pray for the one against whom I hold the resentment. I should put that person in God's hands and let God show him or her the way to live. If a man say, I love God and hates his brother, he's a liar. For he that loveth his brother whom he has seen, how can he, for he that loveth not his brother whom he has seen. So How can you love God whom you have not seen? So don't say you love God if you can't even love your brother who you have seen, kind of a thing, right? And here's our prayer of the day. I pray that I may see something good in every person, even one I dislike. Ooh. And that I may let God develop the good in that person. Maybe some of us are dealing with a person in our life right now, maybe a person in our recovering community, maybe a person that sits close to us in group sessions, and we're having a tough time, maybe at an AA meeting, and you just can't stand this person. Maybe look for something good, even in the people you don't like, and that it may let God develop. Let time do its work. Let God develop the good in that person. And that's going to teach you to be patient and have humility and all that kind of stuff. Yeah?
Yeah, that makes sense because a lot of addicts have very low self-esteem and constantly beating up on themselves. Same with family members of addicts. They just feel so down and not themselves, but you start seeing the good in them, and then all of a sudden they start seeing it in themselves again. It's like almost like a wake-up call. Like maybe I do have good qualities that I forgot about.
That is a tough one. Man, that is a tough one because I know you instantly go to, and then your character defects instantly show themselves when you're around a person like that. Your criticism, like when that person leaves the room, what are you saying about them? I'm totally guilty of this. Instead of, well, I usually what I say behind people's back, I'll say to their face, kind of a thing. But it could lead you to that criticism, and that's a huge character defect. It's not the sponsor's job. It's their job to help and encourage, but we are all responsible to carry the message, but also remember not to carry the addict alcoholic. It is the newcomer's job to keep themselves sober and make their own choices for their journey there. Yeah. As well, tough love. It's what's necessary. Absolutely. Sometimes they need a little kick in the butt. Sometimes just checking up on them. I think even just giving them a phone call or a text, they know you care. I think caring is a lot of good. Maybe they haven't been cared for. Megan's having a rough day, wanting to use. Glad someone suggested I hop on. Yeah, Megan, don't use. I'm glad you're here. This is 1 hour that we can start putting our mind into recovery. An hour we can spend together sober, learning about recovery, hopefully lift each other's spirits. I'm wore out today, so I don't think I'm going to be as funny as I normally am because I'm hilarious, but not today. Sorry to miss the meeting earlier. No worries, man. It was a pretty good one. Grandfather's funeral. Sorry about that. That sucks. Trying to get everything squared away this week so I can leave after work tomorrow. Nice. Where are you going? You going on vacation?
Vacation sounds nice.
You're welcome, Megan. We are definitely glad you're here. Glad you're here
beach.
too, Diva. Is that how you say that, Diva?
I keep saying Debbie.
Debbie? Diva? Teeter, how do we say that name? You're muted.
We don't say it at all.
You forgot my introduction. You're early.
No, I didn't. I'm just asking you to help me say this name.
I would say Debbie.
Debbie? Okay.
I would pronounce it Debbie.
Okay.
Bob? You talked to Bob?
Bob has sent his regards from the boat of some sort in South Carolina. He says he's doing very well via Discord. Awesome.
Yes. I miss Bob.
I love Bob. I don't know what it is about that dude's words, but he just...
I love hearing about his
princess. Yeah.
Yeah, princess. And
that's right. Tita, Alexa, or Siri. I go for Teeter first.
Teeter knows all. Teeter knows all things.
Hey, Teeter, how do you spell aperture? He's not ready for that yet.
He's muted.
That's awesome.
You don't spell aperture. That's how you spell it.
Ashley, glad you're here. 100%. Drop that clean date. Anybody?
Yeah.
What?
No. So Claiborne did shout you out, and I was going to come back to it. So she is new, first timer, newbie.
Oh,
Shout
today?
out.
All right.
I've seen you here before, though. I know I have.
Have we?
But she's a newbie. Glad you're here.
Yeah. What's your clean date and all that good stuff? Let us know and we can say hi. I was a meth addict. I was an alcoholic. Now I'm in recovery. Got a year's sobriety. And I don't want to go back to that crap. I couldn't imagine my life back in that misery again, wondering when my next drink was, panicking if I didn't have it. And I always thought about it even with weed. When I was just only a pothead, I was functioning pothead. I did construction. Everybody smoked weed, whatever. You know how it is, right? But the bag always runs out. You're always scraping the last bit. And then you're like, dang it, I'm not going to get high unless I chase this crap down. Then you're spending money that could be used for better things. And you're even cigarettes and vaping even, this juice. I'm always like, dang it, I'm on my last little bit. Better go get it. Always freaking runs out. And that's what pisses me off. And then if you like to get super high and super drunk, or you need it, so you're not getting super sick like heroin and stuff. What kind of miserable life is that? I'm never going back to that.
So we just learned, Polly, that he's on a boat.
Just a random thought. Where has that dude been? Whose daughter? It's Bob, right? Yeah, Polly,
It is Bob, and he's on a boat.
Yes.
Bob is on a boat.
Bob is on a boat. Heck to the yeah. Time is it? Oh, I think it's time. I think it's time.
Whoop, 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 whoop. It's the kids' favorite time of the day.
Teeter time.
Cheater time.
They come running up when they hear your song.
Hello.
Hello.
Where's my Rena?
What's going on, Teeter?
Not a whole lot. I'm all teched out with my little headset on. I had to get one for work, so now that I work at home, so
Hi, Teeter.
Hi, Misty.
I got to get with the program here. I hear you.
Okay, so this is what's going on. Teeter is the Recovering Addicts fundraiser. Recovering Addict. He sent $200. He sponsored this. So we bought 4 baskets. Like I picked out my basket, Felice picked out hers, Link picked out his, and Millie picked out hers. And we will show those to you. And he made for sure specifically said that each person had to pick out their own basket. And that's what we're raffling off. And then we have another basket called the hashtag family basket that was donated by my niece. And Teeter, you want to give him some chit chat while I pull these pictures up?
All right. So basically, I did sponsor this raffle. All the proceeds are going to Recovering Addict, and that goes to help pay for the rent of the studio space, the gas to and from home in the studio, the equipment and supplies, the utilities, and the merchandise, such as this fabulous Recovering Addict hat.
Heck yeah. Bam.
Boomski.
You can get those at recoveringaddict.org.
And
the first
tickets,
basket. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
It's starting to look good.
tickets are only $5 for one ticket, or they are $20 for 5 tickets. So you get if you throw in that 20, you get an extra ticket in there.
That's right. So
and
you want to
Police
just
is dropping all of the ways to pay down there, and you could also throw it in the super chats.
Yep.
And our original amount was $200. And anyone want to guess at how much we have now?
250.
More.
251.
More.
252.
I am happy to announce that we have $945.
Dang,
I
Teeter.
was close.
All right, let's show them the
Next
baskets that they
Sunday,
get.
next Sunday is our drawing, and I want to get to $1,000 for
next
our
Sunday
drawing,
already.
and we are only less than $100 away from that.
Okay, so that means they have tonight's show, Tuesday show, Thursday show, and then we're doing the drawing on Sunday. 1 week from today, the drawing is going to happen. And this is the baskets that you can get. This is hashtag Team Felice. You get the coffee and a Bluetooth speaker. Hashtag Team Millie.
Hold on, she wants to show hers in person.
Oh, okay. Millie wants to
Yes.
show you guys hers in person.
Absolutely. And we really got to throw some in there for Lynx and Millie, too, because they worked hard on their baskets, too, and Police is hogging all the tickets. Police is ahead with the tickets.
Ah, y'all want one of those. Those are the most comfortable, biggest, giantest hoodies you'll ever have. You can snuggle with your pillow and snuggle up with your blankie. Perfect for winter.
It looks like one of them Snuggie commercials. You remember the old 90s commercials with the little Snuggie Wuggies?
Yeah. And some chocolate to just chill.
Yep. And that is Millie's basket. This is what the picture of it looks like right there. And then Link's basket is this awesome Star Trek theme. You get a cool
Star Trek.
baby. Oh,
Bah.
Star Trek. Star Wars. Star Wars, because I'm such a big Star Wars fan.
Nerd.
You get a baby Yoda. You get that cool R2D2 coffee cup and the 2-in-1 holder cup thingy or phone charger. Here's the team family. Some coffee and some chocolate. And so you are strong. Cool little thing. And then mine, you get a key holder. It says, "We recover better together." The Recovering Addict motto, a 12-step workbook, a grateful book, and then a phone light, or a book light, sorry, and a Bluetooth speaker, some pens and pencils. Right?
Yes, sir. So you could also throw in those super chats, and I'm also keeping track of them right here. So just throw them in, and if not, then LT will let me know later on who got what.
100%. I will let you know.
Alrighty, back to the show.
All right. Thanks, Teeter.
Boom, doom. Bye, Teeter.
Right. Oh. 826. Let's get into our book. It'll Never Happen to Me. The Shame Circle. The shame I feel over my own addiction is a refinement and purification of the shame I felt as a child over a father's alcoholism. On an emotional level, I drank liquor twice brewed.
Do you want to get
Yeah.
Ashley's story?
Check out. Here's Ashley. Hi,
Okay,
Ashley.
I'm looking at her.
So May 13th, 2020 is her clean date. Beautiful. I used meth for 17 years. I'm 33, and I got off meth cold turkey. I don't smoke cigarettes or weed, nor do I drink alcohol or beer. And was it easy? Heck no. No, I know that. But with the grace of God and with the help of my mom, lucky to be alive. Literally, I've never tried any other drug. But hey, one drug is bad enough. Amen. But thank you both for the warm welcome. You're welcome. And I'm never going back to that lifestyle. I take it one day at a time. God bless. Good job.
Atta girl.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Atta girl.
I don't want to go back to that garbage life, man. When I was on meth, holy macaroni, the things I did for another bag because getting the real job wasn't an option. Oh, man. The chaos, screw all that. But good job. Oh, somebody wants the chocolate.
That chocolate's so good. Have you had it?
Yeah.
So good.
And the cowgirl fans, sorry about that. Ooh.
Burn.
Holy macaroni. Teeter, you seeing this? Oh my gosh. 60 for T Police.
Did we make it?
John, you may want to do the math on how many tickets that is for Teeter. You're so welcome.
I think
Ashley.
that puts us at like 1,005.
Holy macaroni. Thank you, John.
Thank you,
Jiminy,
John.
I don't even know what to say when I see that.
Hashtag
Just-
team me.
I never thought like it would go
Love
like
it.
this, Just blows my mind.
So grateful for everything. So grateful.
Amen. Shame is an accumulation of pain feelings that come with the belief that who we are is not good enough. Okay, get that. Really try to understand the difference between shame and guilt. And when you are experiencing this emotion that are so closely related into the definition of each one, make sure you understand the difference between the two, because one could literally lead to suicide if you contemplate it in that way. When the other one, guilt, if you understand that and turn that emotion into a guilt emotion, you can do something about it, right? You can take care of it, which is going to lead you onto a better road to recovery. So listen to this again. Shame is an accumulation of painful feelings that come with the belief that who we are is not good enough. We experience shame when we think of ourselves inadequate, insufficient, or less than. Other words descriptive of shame are to think of oneself as stupid, bad, ugly, dirty, damaged, or damaged goods, which none of you are. None of you are stupid. None of you are bad. None of you are ugly, dirty, damaged, or damaged goods. If you contemplate and you keep telling yourself that negatively, that's shame. That's leading you down a dark road. When we pull away the layers of shame, we typically find, so when we start looking at you or me or whoever feels this way, and you start peeling back these layers of why you feel maybe stupid, bad, ugly, or damaged, We usually and typically will find, according to Dr. Claudia here, abandonment. In some way, shape, or form, abandonment has occurred in your life. It may be both physical and emotional abandonment, or it could be only emotional. In either situation, it's traumatic to children in their development. So this feeling of abandonment is traumatic. And when they grow up, they feel shame. And that abandonment leads to the feelings of unwanted, right? Or they're damaged. Why did they? I'm ugly. That's why they must. Or I'm stupid. So they, you know what I mean? That leads in our negative minds those types of thoughts. Physical abandonment is what we're looking at now. It says, for some children, the abandonment is primarily physical. Physical abandonment occurs when the physical conditions necessary for thriving have been replaced by, now listen to this, lack of appropriate supervision. Here's a quote. We were left a lot with our older sister, but then she would leave too. We were mostly just 3 kids left alone. We tried not to be scared. Mom and dad left, put the oldest kid in charge. Oldest kid was like, screw this, I'm out. 3 young kids sitting alone, trying not to be scared. Lack of appropriate supervision. Next one, inadequate provision of nutrition, meals, inadequate clothing, house, heat, or shelter. Quote, we never had the basics. We never had enough underwear or socks. We never had slippers. There was a major sense of being without. No one told us how to keep clean or how often. No one told us what to wear. One time the school called to have my sister picked up and taken home to have a bath. We kids tried hard. We did our own laundry. We fixed our own food. We tried to keep things orderly, but we had no space that was our own. Dang, that's sad.
Mhm.
And then physical and or sexual abuse. We never really knew what provoked them. They were quick to raise their voice or hit us. Mom would pick a fight with me out of nowhere and hit me. We could be doing something that we had done lots of times without them ever saying anything. And then the next time we'd do it, they'd notice and we would get hit for it. If you didn't do the dishes right, you could get hit. It never made sense. So that's a lot of inconsistency and discipline, right? When caretakers don't provide safety in our environment, we grow up believing that the world is an unsafe place, that people are not to be trusted, and that we do not deserve positive attention or adequate care. This way of life becomes legacy that we accept, not knowing how to make it different. Dang. Anything else?
Raylan popped in. What's up? Glad you're here.
Hey, Raylin. Nice to see you.
And yes, the name of the book is called It'll Never Happen to Me by Claudia Black.
Yeah, It'll Never Happen to Me by Claudia Black. There's a link in the description if
Oh.
you'd like to grab this book. And it's called Growing Up with Addiction as Youngsters, Adolescents, Adults.
And it's official. Oh, there it is. Teeter made his goal.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you, John, for
Thank
pushing us over
you.
that hill. Beautiful.
That's amazing. And we are grateful. And we will spend this money wisely.
Yeah,
And
like I
we'll
said before, remember?
end up going back to you guys somehow.
Yeah, it goes back to you guys anyway. Remember when I was talking about when you drop a super chat, we're going to the homeless and giving it away? So this last week, we started building a relationship with the homeless. There's a homeless road down here where they build, their little tents and camps and stuff. So me and another guy, his name's Don, we went down there and we started building a relationship and went to the homeless shelter and started talking to them. We're right now in the middle of putting together a hygiene package, deodorant, tampons, toothpaste, toothbrushes, and little Ziploc baggies. We're going to get a bunch of these collected, and then we're just going to go post up down there and give them away to who needs them and just be there to have civil conversation and love on them. You know what I'm saying? You never know what happens. It's a beautiful experience when you do those types of things. It just always ends up in a blessing. You end up having a conversation that pulls you out of your own head, that makes you feel good about life, and your heart, you experience empathy, love, and sometimes you get mad that, maybe you're not living up to the standards that you're living up to. It should be you here and not them. And it's just an emotional, this is for me anyway, a great emotional experience. And I love going down there and doing it, but we're doing that all because of you guys' super chats and what Teeter here is doing as well. Besides all the electronic stuff that costs an arm and a leg.
Yeah. Ashley said she can relate to this book.
Oh, wow. That's why we go through these things. And Ashley and anybody else listening, this book started out with like a disclosure. If it brings up emotions that are tough for you and you're feeling things, like I've said before, you got to feel to heal, and you get these emotions, maybe you should call your sponsor or something afterwards, or, a support group, and just talk about it. We learned in our book, Staying Sober, this one right here, that you always want to talk about it. You always want to talk about what you're feeling to people who are not going to criticize, minimize, or judge what you're saying, but are going to be empathetic and listen. And it helps bring what you're feeling into reality, and you can talk about it and think through it instead of having it go into an imaginary negative, which you know how our minds can run wild imaginally, right? All right, so emotional abandonment. Quote, sometimes it seems as if I was abandoned emotionally. Other times it feels as if I never claimed it in the first place. So while children who experience physical abandonment will also endure emotional abandonment, it is more common to only experience the latter. Two ways in which to understand emotional abandonment are, so number one, abandonment is experienced by parental indifference to child's needs and wants, or the parents or any other primary caregiver are emotionally unavailable on an ongoing basis. They do not offer the support and love the child needs. Maybe the parents in the house, but emotionally they're not there, and it's on an ongoing basis that they are emotionally unavailable. The kid has things to express, things to feel, things to say, and it's just like talking to a wall. That's one type of emotional abandonment. Another type, number two, abandonment occurs when we have to hide a part of ourselves in order to be accepted or to avoid rejection. We can't be ourselves, right? To those parts we learn to hide this is what we learn to hide when we feel this way. Our mistakes. If you make a mistake, they don't want to admit it. Maybe they get beat down or just ignore it altogether. For many children, to make a mistake, to be less than perfect, draws punitive responses. What about feelings? Being told the way you feel is not true or okay. You have nothing to cry about, and if you don't stop crying, I will really give you something to cry about. That really didn't hurt. You have nothing to be angry about. This is not about the occasional time a parent becomes frustrated with a child and makes such a comment, but family situations where there is continual discounting the child's emotions. So if the child is constantly bringing, or not constantly, but if the kids bring up things all the time, and every time they do, you're telling them that's not right. No, you shouldn't feel like that, and then you're not accepting their emotions, they're going to start hiding that kind of stuff, and that's another type of emotional abandonment. And then needs. Everyone else's needs appear to be more important than yours. The only way you get attention is by attending to the needs of others. And then successes. Accomplishments are not acknowledged, are many times discounted, or even used as ammunition to shame the child. And here's other acts of abandonment that occur. When we cannot live up to the expectation of our parents because such expectations are unrealistic and not age appropriate, such as expecting an 8-year-old to remember her dental appointment or a 12-year-old to be able to manage his younger sibling for hours at a time. Right? Making a 12-year-old the parent for hours at a time, multiple days. That's not realistic for a child that's 12. To become a parent. We are held responsible for other people's behavior and constantly blamed for the actions and feelings of parents and siblings. Disapproval is aimed at our entire being or identity rather than a particular behavior. Disapproval. So if a child commits an act and you don't approve of it, right? Instead of saying, hey, that act is not good, don't act like that, but they turn the act on them. Say, you are this because of that act, Our worth or value as a person is not separated from our actions. Then abandonment and boundaries. What time is it?
8:40.
8:40. I think it's Cassie time, but I think I'm going to pull Teeter up to do Cassie time if he gives me a thumbs up. You want to do Cassie time for us? All right. And here is the quote of the day she sent me for us to read, and I'll let you read it.
Hey, 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 you guys. This is Body by Michael.
You're so
I
hot right now.
I got a little bit of a belly, but you know what? Hey, I'm here. All I need is my black wig, and I could look like Cassie. Okay, so your Michael quote of the day is now: when you start seeing your worth, you'll find it harder to stay around people who don't.
That's so
Ding.
true.
Good quote.
And remember, what do? Bring it together and we spread that love.
Bow, bow, bow. Bing.
Stomp, stomp,
Thank you, Teeter.
ding.
That was the
Teeter
best
needs
Cassie
some-
time ever.
You need some shapewear.
Oh, Cassie already went.
Oh, that was great. No, Cassie's not going to make it today.
Oh, thank you, John.
I don't want to.
He doesn't want to know your measurements, man. Oh, man. What's up, Jake? There's my brother.
Hey, Jake.
So I want to read that again, man. That's a good one. When you start seeing your worth, because you are worth, you are more valuable than you know. And you'll start seeing this when you get into recovery. The longer you're in recovery, the more you start working the program, the more you start understanding stuff like this, that we're reading in this book. Like, hey, that stuff was implanted into this brain. And you start seeing your worth, you're going to find it harder to stay around people who don't. And I call those toxic relationships. And I draw boundaries in my life now. If you're going to be a part of my life, it's going to be in a positive aspect, and I'm not going to let the toxicity roll over into mine. And if that's the way it gets, then I'm going to push it away. But yeah, well, that's a great one. Thank you, Cassie. And thank you, Teeter, for being so amazing at it. It was beautiful.
It was amazing.
Get me off the camera. I love having Teeter backstage all the whole time. That's my favorite. Jake's been relaxing with anime yesterday.
I bet. Were you like so pooped?
I've been relaxing with
Just got back late.
with anime. Yesterday. Yesterday.
Is that anime for yesterday?
Yesterday. Grueling. Yeah, Jake was on that hike with Alicia. He was feeling the pain.
How you feeling today, Lish? You used to it. You gone those all.
Yeah, Lish, how you feeling? I'm sore. My hips are sore from yesterday morning. Abandonment and boundaries. We experience abandonment when parents have a distorted sense of boundaries, their boundaries and ours, right? This happens when parents do not view us as separate beings with distinct boundaries. Parents expect us to be extensions of them fulfilling their dreams. I mean, you've probably seen a ton of that stuff with parents who are putting their kids in sports and the kids don't really want to play the sports, but the parents are living vicariously through them and pushing them to do things they don't want to do. That kind of stuff right there, right? Parents are not willing to take responsibility for their feelings, thoughts, and behaviors, but expect us to take responsibility for them. That's never good. Kids are just learning how to feel and how to understand their own feelings, how they're going to help when you throw all yours onto them. Parents' self-esteem is derived through our behavior when their needs override ours. Yeah, when a parent has to be able to talk about their child in a certain way, this is kind of what I think of. Like, oh yeah, my kid's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing that. And if they don't have the ability to say, oh, look, my child's doing this, this, and this, which makes the parent feel boastful and ego about it, then that the parent's self-esteem is derived by it. That puts all kinds of weird pressure on the kid. Or we are treated as peers with no parent-child distinction. Are you your child's buddy kind of a thing? Instead of a parent, a regular figure, a role model, a leader for that child. And maybe this happened to you when you look back, were you this child in your relationship with your parents? All right, so when this occurs at a time when children are developing, their sense of worth It is the foundation for the belief of their inadequacy, which is the core of toxic shame. When parents are disrespectful of child's boundaries and violate them, the message given is that they don't value the child as a person. That message becomes internalized. I am not of value. I am not of worth. And that's where the shame starts coming in. When all these actions from the parent to the child happen, ingrained in the child now becomes, I'm not of value. I am not worthy. And maybe you experience that, or maybe you're the parent that was in addiction doing this to your children. I kind of see that in both. When I look at my life, I look at my dad and the way that he is, and I say, holy crap, I get it now. And then I look at the way that I acted in my addiction, even in parts of my sobriety, I still acted as with an addict mind, and probably instilled some of this shame in my children. When parents don't acknowledge a child's boundaries, the message they give is, you are here to meet my needs, and or I'm more important than you, and or it's not okay to be your own person with individual feelings, desires, or needs. The message also implies that children have to give up themselves to be available to another person. This results in the internalized belief, I'm bad for having different or separate needs, wants, and feelings. I, in my uniqueness, am not of value. So they're afraid to be themselves. So they cater their actions and their emotions towards what they want or what they feel other people want from them, instead of just being themselves. We teach them that way, or we were taught that way. When we live with chronic abandonment due to disordered boundaries, we live in fear and doubt about our own truth. Abandonment plus distorted and undefined boundaries as you are developing your worth and identity creates shame and fear. What do you think?
Hello, Buck.
That is right. John, drawing Sunday next Sunday. What is this? Is this a anime you're talking about here?
Yes.
All right, I don't want to get any further into this now. I want to wait. But abandonment plus distorted, undefined boundaries equals shame and fear. Abandonment plus distorted, undefined boundaries equals shame and fear. You get that? Survival is about defending against our pain, and the following are the many ways defending our respond to our pain and mask our shame. So you got shame at the middle, right? You got control, perfectionism, rage, So this is what we use to defend it, right? Control, perfectionism. Somebody's calling me. Hold on.
Is it Millie?
Welcome to Recovering Addict live on YouTube. How can I help you?
Is it a bill collector?
If you turn on YouTube, you will see you're talking to me live on air. Yeah. Should have FaceTimed me, bro. We're talking about shame.
Better put him on speaker.
Yeah. Let me put you on speaker. Hold on.
Watch a movie with the wife right now.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Call me when I'm not live.
Okay. I'll talk to you later, bro.
All right, brother.
Bye. Oh, that was good. He's like, oh boy. So if you have shame, you may be controlling. You maybe have perfectionism.
Was.
Do
We
they?
need a call screener.
Who's that? Like, who's calling you that doesn't know you're live right now?
They don't know us at all, whoever it was.
Right? I could show a picture of who it was. Nah.
It's a secret.
It's a secret. I'm not going to tell you. No, it's not the pervert.
It's not the pervert.
We do need a call screener for sure. We'd have Millie do it or something. Now that was Chris Hill. Chill. Chris Hill. His name is Chris, so he uses a C. His last name's Hill, so we call him Chill. What's up, Chill? Jake from State Farm.
All right,
That's
folks,
funny.
I'm throwing in all the links to all our things. You should join. There's the plug.
Yeah.
Let's see. Now I forgot where I was at. I do them in an order.
So
I forget.
we're getting close to halfway through this book. It Will Never Happen to Me. I do not have another book in mind. Is there anyone out there that would have a book to suggest? I don't really want to go through I talked to my sponsor. I talked to Alicia about doing the big book. And I think the big book is something that needs to be gone through with the sponsor. We will definitely pull parts of the big book out. Maybe we'll go through a couple of the stories. But another addiction book, or maybe we could go through SOAR's school manual. That'd be kind of cool. Maybe we'll go through a couple of maybe I'll introduce everybody to understand what SOAR is really all about.
Jake said State Farm made his resentment list. Why?
Oh, yeah, we could do the 12 steps and the 12 traditions. That's a great idea. But I don't know.
Yeah. But speaking of the big book, all you non-alcoholics or addicts should also read that book. It's got a lot of great information in it.
Yeah.
It's got a whole chapter to families. It's got a whole chapter to wives or husbands. And it's relevant. It's everything that I went through. So read it.
We can go through Al-Anon's 12 steps and 12 traditions. That's kind of cool. I wonder if it has in here step. Oh, it does have the steps.
It should be all the same steps. Just
here's the 12 steps of Al-Anon. No, it's the same.
No, they're the same exact. So in that chapter to wives, it actually talks about Al-Anon and when it was founded and why.
Here's a step 1 story from the Al-Anon 12 steps. My husband Pete left on Friday morning to go into the city to be interviewed yet for another job. At my urgent pleading, he promised to be home by evening. I should have known. Another sleepless night, watching at the window, wondering what had happened to this time. How could I have believed him when he said he'd be back? No use checking the local bars the way I usually did. I thought to myself, he was surely still in the city. I had promised our local liquor store man that I'd be around on that Saturday morning to cover one of Pete's bounce checks. That happened so often, and every time they called me to take care of it, I did. I started out with a heavy heart. On the way home from our house to the nearby railroad station, there's a 6-lane highway. Just as I was about to cross, the light turned red. To my horror, there was Pete on the other side, trying to stagger onto all that traffic. My first impulse was to rush over, but I knew how hopeless that would be. In my utter desperation, I closed my eyes and said, "Oh God, oh God." When I heard the traffic stop for the changing light, I looked up. Across the highway was a stranger with a firm grip on my husband's arm, steering him safely over. When they got to me, I thanked the man with my voice shaking. I was then realized that this life and death crisis had been taken care of, and not by me. I was powerless, but God was not. It was then that I finally understood the meaning of the first step. There was still that check to take care of, I had promised. I swore this would be the last time, and I meant it. I went into the liquor store, still trembling from the shocking experience. I explained that I would no longer cover Pete's checks. If the store owner was willing to give him credit, he'd have to collect it from Pete. The man agreed to me then, said, "You know, that husband of yours ought to try AA." What an irony, I told him. I'd been trying for years to get him to go. Well, he answered, "Maybe you've been trying too hard." After that day, I found a new direction. I was free. The one unforgettable shock had brought me to my senses and showed me that I was actually prolonging the problem by trying to run everything. From then on, I was hands off. The decision brought about many changes in our lives because I learned the true total purpose of that first step. My life had become completely chaotic and unmanageable until I learned the power I had over my own actions. Very good.
That's good. That's step 1. Quit enabling.
Yeah.
You're powerless.
There's Chris. Hey, y'all. Chris is in the chat here on the Facebook side of things. This is the dude that just called. Chris, people are like, who calls you that doesn't know you're live right now?
Chris does that.
That would be Chris, y'all. The 4 Agreements. Next book. Ooh, I'll have to write that one down or send it to me because I will forget. Can you write that down?
Yeah. Merck said rewired addiction might be good.
Ooh, rewired addiction.
I stole my phone. I have a pencil. Hold on. I'll find one.
How about notes on the computer?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll just copy.
Yeah, very good.
Forget
Ashley,
about
Ashley, I'm glad
how
you're here today.
technology works.
Very, very glad. 500 days today. Holy cow, 500 days. That's a lot of days. Thank you for all the love, support, and guidance. We truly do recover better together. Look at Chris. He said, this freaking guy right here. All right. I think we're good. What time is it?
I don't know. I'm trying to copy and paste.
4 minutes. 4 minutes, y'all. 4 minutes early, and we're doing it. We're gonna say our serenity prayer. So I hope you guys are ready to say that serenity prayer, and make sure y'all hit that like button on your way out.
Oh my gosh! I just copied Merck's picture.
Oh, cool. Can't get enough of Merck.
but-
Oh, hey,
and
Merck.
Why won't you copy and paste?
Somebody told me, I think maybe everybody else saw the comments, maybe, but somebody is going to be using the bookmarks on their Christmas tree. So if y'all want a bookmark, we got to come up with what do we do there, Teeter? How do we get people a bookmark? Should we go back to the share squad thing and do another 5 top sharers?
I don't know. I think they should be auctioned off to the highest bidder.
Oh yeah, you're the money guy.
Yeah, we need to auction them off because they're going to be a rare collectible.
The Merc is a rare collectible. That is true. And I think they would be beautiful on Christmas trees.
If I had
All right.
room for a Christmas tree over here, I'd put mine up and I'd put my bookmarks on there too.
If you guys don't know what a bookmark is, let me show you. Will you hand me that book earlier? Yeah.
By the way, officially $1,005. Thank you to Mr. John.
Oh, and thank you, Michelle. It's finally growing, so I'm not so ashamed of my hair.
So here's a book I go through on Sundays in my Zoom meetings. I open it up and I pull out this little bookmark. Merck, he's a moderator in the comments. You see him, Mert Stanlisky, right? He sent me a picture of himself and we turned him into bookmarks.
And they're amazing.
And these ones happen to be signed by the Merck himself.
Those are the rare edition.
These are the rare editions signed by Merck. And they would look amazing on a Christmas tree. Just saying. We'll figure something out how people can get
That
them
may or may
a
not
bookmark.
be how we got the idea. Oh no, it was a bookmark that Link gave us, huh?
Yeah. Okay,
So
ready?
yeah, we are $1,005 officially, and we still have 2 more shows. Sunday is a drawing. Only 1 winner per basket, so you got to get those tickets in.
Amen. Thank you, Teeter.
Ooh, Aussie Mercs would be cool, says Cherie.
That would be cool. Let's talk about it.
We're offline. We're gonna talk about that offline.
Okay, ready? God, grant me the
God, grant
serenity
you serenity
to accept
Accept
the
the
things I
things
cannot change, the courage to
courage
change
to change
things
the
I
things I
can,
can,
and the
and the
wisdom
wisdom
to know
to
the
know the
difference.
difference.
Amen.
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 And like John likes to say, we recover better together by staying safe, staying sane, staying strong, and staying sober. You're worth it. Good night, family.
And
Love you
thanks
all.
everybody for your generosity.
And we
Yeah.
recover better together.
Yes. Petey's got one.
I got 2 of them.
Oh, look at this.
maybe
Wait,
you
we got an
should share
8-monther
with
in here.
Aisha.
And a
Tomorrow,
7-monther.
I will be 8 months sober and counting, and it feels great. Ah, Teeter just got 7 months.
You're 1 up on me for your 8 months.
Raphaelia, you'll never catch her. Raphaelia, you will always be ahead. This is my Chris Hillism here. I learned this morning and the other day in group. But Chris, he uses his sobriety day in a competitive fashion. And right now, Raphaelia, if you relapse, Teeter's going to pass you. You're 1 month ahead of Teeter, and you will always stay 1 month ahead of Teeter if you don't relapse.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
I
Huh?
accept.
Achievement unlocked.
Don't ever challenge me because I'm going to do it. If you challenge me, I'll do it.
Oh,
All right, y'all. Until Tuesday, right? Today's Sunday. Yeah.
Sunday.
yeah, Tuesday.
All right. Until
No,
Tuesday,
Yeah.
do not put yourself in a high risk situation. Stay strong, work your program, and remember, we recover better
Better
together.
together.